It's time to rewind and take a look at the early Industrial Revolution, where creative minds revolutionized our society. This is The Industrial Age, a Netflix series presented and directed by Academy Award-winning director Lil B. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the 18th and 19th centuries in Europe and North America, is a key period of industrialization. It led to the rise of new industries, such as textiles, iron, and steel, and the development of new power sources like steam and electricity. The Industrial Revolution transformed economies that had been based on agriculture and handicrafts into economies based on large-scale industry, mechanized manufacturing, and the factory system. The Industrial Revolution brought about many cultural changes. Before the revolution, most people lived in the country and worked on farms. During the revolution, people moved to the cities to work in factories. Cities grew and became overcrowded, unsanitary, and polluted. In many cities, poor workers lived in crowded and unsafe buildings. This was a dramatic shift in the way of life for the average person. One drawback of the Industrial Revolution was poor working conditions for people in factories. There were few laws to protect workers at the time, and working conditions were often dangerous. People often had to work long hours, and child labor was a common practice. By the end of the 1900s, labor unions and new laws began to create a safer working environment. The Industrial Revolution brought about profound cultural shifts, including rapid urbanization, changing gender roles, advancements in literacy and education, the rise of consumer culture, and the emergence of new social classes, fundamentally transforming how people lived and interacted. As factories became the primary source of employment, women entered the workforce in larger numbers, seeking economic opportunities. The traditional patriarchal family structure was challenged as women's roles in the workforce and society evolved. There was a need for educated workers in factories. This spurred advancements in literacy and education. The basis for transactions and the buying of goods changed. The rise of factories and mass production changed how people consumed goods, moving away from bartering and personal relationships towards buying products in shops. The availability of mass-produced goods led to the development of a consumer society, where people began to prioritize material possessions. The Industrial Revolution led to the emergence of new social classes, including a working class, a middle class, and a wealthy industrial class. During the Industrial Revolution, working conditions were often harsh, characterized by long hours, low wages, dangerous environments, and limited worker rights, impacting the lives of factory workers significantly. Workers, including women and children, faced grueling 12 to 16-hour shifts, often with minimal breaks, and 6 days a week. Wages were extremely low, barely enough to cover basic necessities, and there was little to no job security. Some employers even altered clocks to make workers late and fine them. Factories were often overcrowded, poorly ventilated, and lacked basic safety measures, leading to frequent accidents and injuries. Machines were often dirty, expelling smoke and soot, and unsafe, contributing to accidents. Workers had little to no legal protection or recourse against unsafe conditions or unfair treatment. Due to a lack of regulation and workers' rights, factories employed children in dangerous and strenuous jobs. Employers often used physical discipline to control workers, including children.